Welcome to where the furniture isn't always the best, but the views, they are amazing.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the 13th floor, where the furniture isn't always the best and the views, they are amazing. I am your host today, Coach K, and we're here with this special edition of the Break Room. For those of you that don't know, the Break Room is a time where most of the time I don't have any of the fellas, and we just take an opportunity to break away from the influence of others and move away from all the external things that tend to get into our mindset and make us do things and deviate from who we truly are or decisions that we would truly make, and give you the opportunity to just tune into yourself. Today, I'm going to give you guys a little insight into my challenges with tuning into myself. And we're going to talk about a topic that it's funny how names change and things evolve. I remember when I was younger, people would say, oh, just be yourself. Don't pretend to be something that you aren't. Don't try to be someone else. And now we call it what I think is just, it's become imposter syndrome, right? Which either, you've been an imposter for so long that you get to this point and you don't really know who you are, or you genuinely achieve success, but because you're comparing yourself to others, you feel like you're an imposter and like you don't belong. So before I get into that, I just want to remind you all, you can listen to this podcast on iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, Vimeo, YouTube. Please go to our YouTube channel. You can find us there at 13th Floor, and please subscribe, watch the videos. The visuals are way more hilarious and definitely super impactful. Listen, we love you, our audio audience, but definitely go check us out on YouTube. And if I got that link wrong, Fresh will just put that up for us somewhere around here on the brick walls. And he probably won't like the fact that I asked him to do that, but it's all to the good. You should have been here. All right. Now that I got that out of the way, let's get into this. Let's get into this work. I don't know why. I'm a little nervous today. I don't know if it's because we haven't done a break room in a while, or I'm just by myself, or I'm about to give you some additional insight, but let's get into it. So if you looked at our IG or our Facebook, or my IG or Facebook, a couple of weeks ago, you'd have seen that I was at a speaker boot camp put on by Eric Thomas and Associates. So for those of you who don't know who Eric Thomas is some say the number one speaker in the world, and has been for quite some time. I got involved with Eric Thomas, I don't even know how long ago now. It's been a minute, probably almost 10 years, almost. And started following him really early before he really blew up, and then had the opportunity to participate in their Game Changer program, which was a program to help people that wanted to get into speaking, help those people to learn the ins and outs in the business and to actually get certified as a speaker. What was really cool is that I was in the first group, and at this point, I think they've certified 580 something people. I'm actually number 25, and it says so on my certificate. I'm not going to show you guys that. You're just going to take my word for it. But I got certified in 2018. And then guess what? Did a couple things here and there, but for the most part, didn't really do what I thought I was going to do with that certification. And I thought I would be a little bit busier as a speaker and as a coach. And that hasn't really played out that way. And there's reasons for that. Some of them are legit reasons. Some of them are just the reasons I made up in my mind, right? How many of you have something that you haven't done because of the reasons that you've made up in your mind alone? And you wake up early in the morning and you talk yourself out of things, or you get that opportunity to invest in yourself, and you come up with something that is the reason why you can't, or somebody told you that now is not a good time for you to do that, or why would you risk the things that you have to go chase this dream or this goal that you have. So let me give you one of those moments for me. So 2018, I get certified. I think we were in Atlanta. Absolutely is where it happened. And it's funny how things happen, right? Now I live in Atlanta, but get certified in 2018. Wasn't expecting to get certified that day, but I did get certified. And I remember CJ, shout out to the whole ETA squad, CJ, Kerrol, Jamal King. You guys have heard Jamal King here actually on our podcast, Living on the Left Side of the Menu, right? Hopefully we can put a link to that episode up above that can take you to that. But get certified, and I had given a speech that day and did my thing, right? And CJ says, man, you're one of my favorite speakers. And I love when you come and present because it's just so smooth and you look so comfortable on the stage and you make us comfortable. My fear is that if you go beyond 20 minutes, what would that do to an audience? What would that do to a crowd? Would they stay with you for more than 20 minutes? And out of all the good things that were said, guess what resonated with me? I am so smooth in my delivery, and I'm so, they even called me the R&B speaker. Like, you're just so smooth. You're like a neo soul speaker. And I didn't want to be that, right? I wanted to be that rah, rah and get you excited and get people pumped up. And I felt like, hey, if I'm going to succeed as a speaker, I have to go find my voice, because I know I have that voice inside of me where I can get people pumped up and I can get you rah, rah and bring all of that energy to a stage and to your event. And I felt like, okay, I got this certification, but now I got to go find my voice. Here we are in 2021. And because I feel like I hadn't found my voice, I haven't been willing to go out there and really go after this. I don't want to say dream, because it's more like a gift and it's more like purpose. Somewhere in speaking lies my gift and my purpose, right? In addition to being a coach, right? Which even that I had to embrace a little bit. Oh man, you are a coach. Like, people look at you in that capacity and feel you in that capacity. So this was my first event I'd been to since I got certified in 2018. And the goal was, I'm going to go in here, I'm going to knock some of the rust off and let me see what's going on. I took Faison with me. Let's build, let's build the network. We're both here in Atlanta now. A lot of ETA is here in Atlanta. ETA is always doing something here in Atlanta. So let's make our presence known. Right. So I go, and it turns out this event is very similar to the very first event that got me into this to begin with, where there were certain speakers that were going to be certified, and they were looking to launch a couple of new programs for speakers that they were doing, both certified and non-certified. But as I listened to the other people that were certified, and we're having that iron sharpens iron session, and we're helping each other and giving feedback to one another. And I see people slowly but surely looking at me and wondering, like, who is this guy? Because the current group, they had never met me before. Maybe they've seen me on an ad, or maybe they saw me on something from the program, but they'd never met me in person. So now here I am, I'm telling people things to help them in their speaking business. And they're looking at me like, man, you got this down. And for me, that was one of the things that was just like, here I am, I'm doing it again. I'm in this space where there's something that I want to do that I don't feel like I am a master of, but other people are looking at me like, wow, we wish we could think about this the way that you do. Or we wish we could have said that the way. Can you say that again? I want to write that down for my speaking business. And those are the moments that a lot of you have where you want to do something You want to be a screenwriter. You want to produce films. Yeah, I just called out somebody like personally, like, and they got it, and they're laughing right now because I did it. But and there's other things you want to do. Some of you want to leave the occupation that you're in right now because guess what? You thought you were going to like it, or somebody told you you would like it, or somebody told you you would be successful at it, and this is what would change your life. But actually, it's changed your life in the wrong way. But you still continue to do it because the money's good. But is your soul good? Is your spirit good? Are you really feeling that moment? Do you feel like, hey, this is what success is? What I'm doing right now? Do you feel like your purpose is fulfilled? Like you're using your gifts on a daily basis? See, the trade-off is interesting, right? Look, I'm in that same boat. I feel like, how do I stop doing this thing that I've done that's afforded me, to live all over the country, to, if I really want to buy something and I decide to do it, I could do it. It's afforded a lifestyle that, the generation before me, we didn't have, right? And it allows me to help other people. But in my mind, it's like, how do I risk what I have right here for this thing that is passionate and dear to me? And a lot of you are struggling with that. And that's why you're coming up with all the reasons. And that's why you're comparing yourself, right? So for me, I'm sitting there and I'm comparing myself to the number one speaker in the world. But here's the thing, the number one speaker in the world, the number one doctor in the world, the number one screenwriter, the number one film producer, the number one bus driver, I don't care what it is, the number one cake maker, the number one, look, some of you are comparing your stuff, and that might not even be an occupation. You're comparing yourself to somebody that you see as a parent, and you feel like, oh, I wish I could be a parent that way. But here's the thing, the people that you see that they're the number one, you can't verify that they're happy. You don't know. And if they are happy, is it because they took the number one thing that was in their mind that they wanted to do, and they decided, I'm going to take the first step towards this, and I'm not going to stop moving forward once I take that first step? Because a lot of us have taken the first step and then we go sit out. That's what we do. I do it. I've taken the first step many times. I've taken the first step in the fitness journey. I've taken the first step in entrepreneurial endeavors. I've taken the first step towards my gift, towards my purpose, and then I went and sat down until, I don't know if I was resting. I don't know what I was doing. I don't know what I was waiting for. I know I'm in that spot again. And I know some of you have been in that spot. And right now is a great time. We're coming out of a pandemic. Hopefully we're coming out. I don't know what's going on, but it's a great time for you to make moves. So many people are changing what they do. And let me tell you guys about what brought this moment full circle for me, with me feeling like I haven't found my voice. And until I find my voice, I won't be successful at this. So if you've never heard Eric Thomas, please Google him and listen to just one clip. Watch one clip, and you're going to see all this energy and passion and veins popping out the side of his neck. And some people say, oh man, this guy's so loud, like I can't take it. Like, I've heard that before. But then when you're in the room with him and you feel it, it's totally different. But Eric was talking to us, and he says, hey, I'm getting paid to do things that I never thought I would get paid for. Like, his use of his gift and putting that number one thing at the top and prioritizing it has now taken him from just speaking to doing voiceovers, to doing commercials. And it's awesome. And one of the things that he said is that, hey, this one person called me and said, hey, we want you to start out the commercial really high, like you always do. Bring that energy. We want it to start that way. And then we want you to go really low because people love that. And here's where that brought the moment full circle. So a friend of mine, Wendy Ann, if you're listening, what's up? One day she was talking to me and she said, hey, the thing about you that people have to get used to is the intensity. Like, it's always an intense moment. And that was one thing that just moves people, is that how intense you are. And you don't yell, you don't scream, but that intensity is there. And I was like, wow. Another day, I was somewhere and I was doing some work, and somebody said, "Oh, are you getting mad?" And somebody else walked up and said, "No, you think he's getting mad because he got loud, but his emotion comes through in his silence and when he gets quiet and when he talks at a low tone." Full circle moment. Eric Thomas just said that people were paying him big money to go from talking loud like this to all of a sudden, "I really want you to pay attention to what I'm about to say next." That level of intensity and that skill set, that, guess what, I had mastered naturally my whole life. And that is the secret to my sauce. That is my voice. That play on voice, that is my speaking voice. I talk to you and it's smooth and it all goes together. It flows well. And then all of a sudden, I slow down and I start talking to you a little bit lower. And that forces you to tune in. How many of you just either like really stopped what you were doing to hear what I was saying? And that is my voice. And I need to use it. And there is that something that you have that is your thing, that is the reason why it's your gift and your purpose and why you need to apply it and put it out into the world. Because as I've said before, some of you, that thing that you're sitting on isn't for you. It's for somebody else. You're not really supposed to be the person benefiting from it. It was given to you to benefit others and the masses. And through them, sowing that seed in them, you will then reap your reward. I know I just said something that was a little biblical or something. I don't know the quote. Some of you out there, you can probably send some scriptures on it. If so, amen. I appreciate you, but that wasn't the goal. That wasn't where I was trying to go. That's just what came out. And that lets me know that what I just told you right there was something that was programmed in me, that was given to me by the creator, by the man above, that he wanted me to get out. Because, normally I don't refer to biblical verses and things like that. But look, don't compare yourself. Don't feel like you're not good enough. Put it out, and don't just put it out one time and feel like, oh, I tried, it didn't work. No. Keep going. Keep putting that thing out, because a lot of these folks that have found success in whatever it is you are, they're not even formally trained. They just one day decided this is what they were going to do. They took that number one thing in their mind, in their heart, on their soul, and just pursued it and prioritized it and made it the most important thing that they will do in this lifetime. And that's what you need to do. Make that gift, make that purpose the most important thing you will do in this lifetime. Look, there's some other things that are going to come along with that, right? But once you do that, everything else that you would like to do, that you would like to have and achieve at a high level, Eric said your gift will make room for you, right? And I'm sure that could be something else biblical. I don't know. But your gift will make room for you. And I really want you to think about that statement about your gift making room for you, because look, whether it's you want the time to be a father, a mother, a husband, a wife, you just want to travel to different islands, your gift is probably the key to getting that, right? You want to have children, okay, but you want to make sure that you have the time to invest in them. Your gift will make that room for you. I want to take this moment. We're going to break for a second here, and I'm going to come back and wrap us up and close us out. But it's holiday season, and many of you are going to be getting together. You're going to be getting together for the first time in maybe 2 years, right? Or in person at least, right? As the holidays are coming. And I don't know about you, but typically when we would get together, there'd always be some type of game that we would play, whether it was Monopoly, Uno, spades, dominoes, whatever it was, I want to give you guys, hey, look, some of that's cool. It's dusty, right? You know, some of you used to play Trivial Pursuit. I don't know if you were a nerd like me, but I liked playing Trivial Pursuit. But I want to put you guys on charades, classic. I want to put you guys on to something that isn't necessarily new, but it's hot. And if you haven't tried it, you need to. And it's called Tipoff. And it's the word game for the culture. So if you are tired of having to play games that are associated with, you know, high culture, common culture, the majority, and you can't relate, well, Tipoff is the game for you. So you can download Tipoff on the Android Google Play Store. And if you have an iPhone, you can definitely get it in the App Store. So shout out to Aston. We love you here on the 13th floor, and hopefully we'll see you soon. But let's wrap this up. We're at a point in time where the world is changing. And if everyone doesn't do their part, we will not evolve. Like if you're tired and you just feel like, man, it's the same thing over and over, it's because as individuals, we're not evolving individually, and therefore as a society and as a whole, we're not evolving, right? People need to hear my voice. People need my coaching services. People need to see your movie. People need to get the messages that you have. People need to see the example of you, because whether you know it or not, the people around you, they see your gift. They see your purpose. They may not be able to put it in words, and it inspires them. And you just don't know it, right? They don't just come out and tell you, oh my gosh, you inspired me so much. And sometimes they do. And when they do, you're like, me, what did I do? But I'm telling you, there are people watching you, and they're waiting for you to do that thing. They're waiting for you to take whatever that number one thing is that you will be number one at, because nobody else can do it the way that you will do it. And once you put that out there, you're going to make room not only for you and your desires and your goals, but there's somebody else that you're going to make room for that's going to follow you. So I challenge you today, take that number one thing that's in your heart, it's in your mind, it's in your soul, it's constantly there and you don't know what to do with it. Take that first step and let's go. And I hope to see you on the road of the people that are taking steps towards that one thing and prioritizing their life, their goal, their dream, their purpose, their vision. That's been the Break Room, brought to you by the 13th floor. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.
Amazing.
It's a 13th floor, y'all. It's a 13th floor, y'all.